Good day or good evening, whatever time it is at the time you're watching this video. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to everyone who had wished me well on my post that I made in my community a few days ago. I let you guys know that I was falling under the weather and very sick actually, and I had to take a couple days here to take a break from recording. I'm sure you could still kind of hear it in my voice a little bit, but I am feeling much better in this day, and I could not wait to get on here and speak with you guys and speak with Spirit and get into some messages that Spirit might have for today. So as you can see, I was drawn to a couple of decks here that I wanted to start things off with. First and foremost, I think we'll dive into the Divine Masters here, and we'll put these ones off to the side. But I also wanted to make a comment here as I lie sick in bed yesterday watching the halftime show. For those of you in the States, yesterday was the Super Bowl. And the only thing that I watched was the halftime show, and I am so glad I did. I just want to commend Mr. Bad Bunny and everybody else, Ricky Martin, Lady Gaga, and to the beautiful couple who got married on the stage, bringing all the love. And that's what I love about these artists, because they're bringing the message loud and clear, but they're doing it in such a manner that is so classy and, you know, not derogatory and not hateful in any way. And that's the way it should be done. That's how we fight these dark forces, is by showing them the love rather than trying to be forceful with it, because you can't fight force with force, right? Just like Bad Bunny said, the only thing greater than hate is love. And I just wanted to put my gratitude out there for what he did, what show that he put on yesterday, all of them. It was amazing. So let's go ahead and tap in and see what the Divine Masters have to say for this message. We've got Joan of Arc. Do not be afraid and stand up for your beliefs. And I think that's exactly what I was hitting on when I was sitting here talking as I was shuffling. We've got Buddha. Make peace with your thoughts and your world. And we've got Green Tara. Wellness unfolding. Know that healing is a journey. That's beautiful. I'm really feeling that whoever this is in the collective, they're feeling very inspired by seeing the actions around them taking place in how to kind of combat these darker forces that are at hand right now. And the fact that Joan of Arc comes out here next to Buddha, that's showing me that there is fear that's being released around standing up for your belief in things like love conquers all and in unity. Whereas before, I get the vibe of like mouths being closed shut and not being able to say anything. There's that fear there. There's that angst of wanting to but being afraid to do so. And I really feel as if this is something that is starting to come unraveled here, this fear for you. And you know that the more at peace you are with your thoughts, the more your world is at peace that's around you as well. And with wellness unfolding here with Green Tara, and the knowledge that the healing is a journey, and healing something starts with the deconstructing of something, starts with the destruction, it starts with all that ugliness, right? It starts with all that darkness. And the only way to heal all of that is to journey through it. And to stand up for what you actually believe in and what you want the world around you to look like. And I think that is strongly suggestive of what Bad Bunny did with his show last night as well. You might be watching this in the future, so it might not actually be last night for those of you who don't follow here with the Super Bowl. Today is Monday, it was Sunday, which was yesterday for me here in the States. But anyways, I digress. Zoomies. But that's exactly what he did in his show. He had this huge platform, right? And he utilized that space in order to convey a very important and very needed message to all of those millions of people that were watching at that time. And I'll tell you what really hit me at the end. It was the end there. When all of the flags came out, that brought tears to my eyes. I got goosebumps and chills, and I started clapping. That's all I could do. This is me by myself in my bed, sick as hell with tissues all around me. But it was a monumental moment. And these are some things that on a smaller scale, you are doing in the collective as well. Utilizing the spaces that you have available to you, the platforms that you have available to you, and not being afraid anymore to stand up for these things that you believe in. And by letting go of this kind of fear, it then brings you into this more peaceful modality as well. You have full understanding that the healing is a journey. And things can get ugly sometimes. But that is necessary for growth. And I heard just like how the flowers grow from shit. Which is true. You could have this big old cow pie here, and then there's this pretty little daisy growing out the top of it. New life. Shit brings new life. And this is definitely where your mentee is at currently as well, which is great to hear. I'll go ahead and tap into these now. So far, this energy is amazing. We have the release of fear over standing up for your beliefs, but doing it in a classy way, okay? Doing it in a non-combative, classy, artistic, creative way. You know what I mean? And this is what's bringing you peace of mind here. We've got the sword. Wow, look at that. The sword. Using that sword of truth there, just like the Joan of Arc has these swords here in her hands, going up and down, cutting through the bullshit, you know what I mean? With that truth sword that you have firmly planted in your hands and in your mentee. I saw this one too. The ring. And with that, what I'm hearing is about your commitment to this. Rings represent commitment to me. And the fact that there was a marriage that was done, an actual wedding was done on the stage there. I'm not sure if too many people realize that, but the wedding that was portrayed in that show was an actual wedding. It was actual nuptials. And so this is speaking to me of the commitment that you are making to the progression of this healing that's being done here on this planet at this time. And the ring also represents the cycles, the cycles of death, rebirth, and everything in between, and breaking through the cycles as well. Breaking through the cycles is what I'm hearing. And we've got two more. We've got the Queen, and we have the Mentor. So I may very well be speaking of a feminine here, a divine feminine female energy. It could just be the energy. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're a boy or a girl, but you are working through your feminine energy. Also, the ring brought up Ouroboros in my head as well, and the fact that this depiction here with the snake is kind of reiterating that for me as well. But things are being brought to the light through the swords of truth here that you are so creatively expressing. And you are becoming the mentor. You're becoming the mentor for people around you. Bringing your wisdom and your knowledge. This lotus flower representing that crown chakra there is just wide open, and it's connected to source. It's connected to love and light and unity, and it understands the fact that you are much bigger than just the physical vessel that you are in currently. Especially with this owl right here, it also represents wisdom for me as well. And a rising above. Being able to rise above all of these material problems that are going on in the world right now. And also an understanding that that is the kind of low vibrational energy that these dark forces feed off of. And having an understanding of that. And knowing that in order to combat this, it's not going to be getting angry and fighting physically or verbally against these entities. It is, in fact, a rising above it, so that you are on a totally different frequency, so that they cannot leech the energy off of you anymore. There's that understanding there. And I was compelled to reach over and grab one more off the top of the deck for the Divine Masters. And we have Hathor, the beautiful Hathor here, with a light activation. It says acceleration, brilliance, and stand in your light. And I'm being compelled to go ahead and grab the book and read this one for you. But you might feel connected to the halls of Hathor and the love that she brings to humanity as well. Lots of divine feminine energy throughout this reading I'm feeling as well. Especially even with the snake, it's not even about the Ouroboros either. It's also about the snake in the garden bringing the wisdom, to the beings that were being lied to. That's the real truth. That's the real truth about eating from the fruit, eating from the tree, eating the fruit from the tree, taking in the wisdom, taking in the knowledge, and the understanding of what's really going on. It's the wake-up call. That's what that snake was. And then we were taught later on to fear that. Why? Because they can't control people who eat the fruit of wisdom, right? There's a loss of control there. And I'm just going to read the your message part here for Hathor. It says, light, joy, and success surrounds you now. If you have been going through a dark, challenging time, the clouds are now parting and the light of the sun is shining upon you. This is a time of acceleration and success. You are beginning to build momentum and things are starting to move forward. Old dreams and visions may come to light now, for whatever has been blocking you or holding you back now is being released. Making space for an influx of energy, drive, and movement. Preparing for that Chinese New Year, the fire horse coming up too. That's preparation. Get ready. Get ready for the movement. It goes on to say, Hathor is encouraging you to set your sights higher than before, the rising above there. Reach for the sun and bask in your own brilliance. If you have held back on expressing any of your talents or bringing to light information that will support your growth, now is the time to bring these into the light of day, just like what the Joan of Arc card here is talking about. Not being afraid to stand up for your beliefs, not fearing, not fearing bringing it to the table. Goes on to say, if you have been holding back on a project or waiting on the right time to move forward, that time is now. The wheels are turning and your life is moving. Enjoy the light. So this is like a big fat green light for you here, too, I'm hearing. And the fact that green Tara is here, that's that green light energy. So whatever divine sparks of inspiration you have in regards to bringing these things into fruition in order to share with those around you, you are definitely getting the green light to do so. And to not fear speaking up and speaking out in a loving, compassionate, and creative way. And I think that is beautiful. The queen bringing things to light with that sunlight hitting on the moon. Shining everything to be seen. You know what I mean? It's that time. Coming up on this fire horse year and the real New Year's, in my opinion, very soon. And this is just letting you know that the acceleration is coming, so be prepared. And to have that heart of Joan of Arc and keep that peace within you like Buddha, and that love of Hathor, and keep bringing that healing energy through that heart chakra there. And this one might be a little short and sweet, but I'm really feeling as if I should just leave this one here. Thank you guys so much once again for all of the wonderful well wishes on my posts and community. I am feeling better. I am on the up and up, and I can't wait to keep going. I love you all so very much, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you for allowing the space for this message to come through. Until next time, I love you. Bye.